Look how big it is.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? I started rocking out to the song too. I think it's all. Look at Henny. Henny's like, get bumped like the Ultimate Warrior, right?
Yeah.
You have the ropes, shake the ropes.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta get a chair. Hit me with the chair.
Hit you with the chair. All right. So we're on the 49th episode already. One more episode and we hit that 50.
Oh man, the big 5-0.
The big 5-0.
So we've been almost doing this for a full year, guys.
Exactly, man. A full year.
Insane.
It's insane.
When did you start this?
January of last year, but we kind of got official with
February.
Well, yeah, it was right after the Royal Rumble, after Edge returned.
Oh my god. Yeah. Woo! Sorry, my wife. Sorry, my bad. My wife. You know how it is.
Yeah. It's hot. We understand. We're both here in Florida. It is hot.
Yeah, I'm sweating. She's like, "Oh, you're on a podcast?" I'm asking you 10,000 questions real quick.
Sorry, hon, you're gonna have to put on clothes.
Yeah. Oh, what are you doing here? Let me ask you every question in the world. Cool. All right.
So Willow, how's your week been?
Interesting.
Interesting.
I think I'm just having enough of this pandemic that my emotions are a little going a little AWOL. So
yeah, wasn't there like an incident with the chocolate bar?
Oh my god! Okay, this week I'm working a 6-day work week. And thank God today's my day off, so I actually get to relax. But I came home, I was all excited to just relax and have after a long day. And my husband ate one of my chocolate bars. Like, I had bought 2 chocolate bars for him, and I bought 2 chocolate bars for myself. He ate the other half of the one that I had started eating. And then he ate my almond bar plus his peanut butter ones. I'm just like, seriously? So yeah, I had a little anger moment.
So I must confirm, is Joe still alive?
He is. He's at work. I assure you, he's at work right now.
Man. Who said
that? Rest in peace, Owen Hart.
Yeah. Oh, that's who it was? I thought it would have been Carter.
No, Owen Hart. He says enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
I forgot about it. I'm not a nugget. I'm not a nugget.
I'm not a nugget.
I'm not a nugget. Oh, I love me.
Oh, man. So today we're going to talk about a little wrestling. WrestleMania 37 coming up, and apparently we're going to see it 2 nights like they did last year, but with an actual crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think going forward, do you believe we're going to see WrestleMania be 2 nights?
Yeah, I mean, we all know that Sunday is the night. I don't care what WWE says. Whatever y'all want to do Saturday, that's kid talk. That's kid talk. That's kindergarten. You want to go to varsity, you go on Sunday. That's the varsity table.
So Ryan's asking where his Funko Pops are.
I honestly assume he wins.
Yeah. They're at the yard sale around the corner, bro.
Where's that?
Yeah, where is that Dave guy? Where is that Dave guy?
We could give you guys the link to the show and you guys can join us, instead of chatting, but wouldn't that disqualify you to win the pop figures?
Oh, yeah. So the other show that we're going to be talking about is NXT Takeover Stand to Deliver, which is also being broadcast over 2 nights.
Right. They're just trying to stretch it out. They're trying to stretch it out because they have fans. So
They have fans, yeah.
Oh, my bad. Oops, overstep.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the wrestlers react with the live fans again. I mean, they've kind of had people there, but they've all been like the trainers and the trainees.
Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot to drug the dog before we did this.
I was just going to say, women after my own heart brings up the peanut butter.
Well, this is the other thing. Like, I have to sweeten the deal. So now the dog gets the pills jammed down his throat because he won't eat them in the peanut butter now. He's wise to the tricks.
Oh.
So he'll get the peanut butter afterwards. After I,
just toss them in, hold his muzzle, and blow on his nose. That.
Get over here.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, now I'm here.
He knows. Come here.
So let's start out with this. Let's talk about WWE moving to Peacock. They're shutting the network down here in the States, and I believe also in Canada.
Florida, where the party at? Florida. I'm sorry, every other state.
So let me ask, what are your thoughts on the deal with Peacock and WWE? I mean, Peacock before was a pretty decent streaming service that launched last year. I want to say they launched in like June or July. They had a few decent originals, but they had stuff like The Office. And I believe they also have Parks and Rec. And quite a few of their catalog stuff from like the 80s and the 90s. But now they have the catalog of WWE. So what's your opinion on the whole move? I'll start with you, Willow.
It seems interesting, the fact that they're moving everything. So they're not showing the WWE at all anymore on TV.
No, they do.
Okay.
So Raw will still be on USA, which is owned by NBCU.
But now you can go back and rewatch some of your favorite matches, as opposed to trying to track it down on YouTube or the internet. It seems interesting. Like I'm curious as to see what they have, what they put up there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've been with the WWE Network since it launched at WrestleMania 30. And, WWE's been out the network 7 years. Wow. And, they had all the WCW stuff, all the ECW stuff. They had, like, AWA, all the wrestling territories from the 70s and 60s. And they may even have Henny, do you remember, do they have stuff from like the 50s as well?
The golden age of wrestling stuff.
I know they had the 60s and 70s stuff and a lot of the 80s.
They might have. I never watched that old stuff anymore. I'm like, who was back then? Gorgeous George. I mean, they got some of it on there. It's not on Peacock yet, though. Definitely not on Peacock yet.
We've got some opinions in the chat.
Yeah, I see.
Well, they're going to bring it back. They're going to bring it all back by the end of the summer, I thought.
Yeah, they said they're going to have all the stuff up, and I put in quotations because of what I just read the other day. But all the stuff will be up by SummerSlam, which was SummerSlam's in August, I believe.
Yeah, they're just going through all of the content, just to make sure which We might not see some stuff we used to see on the old network, is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Some
so
of it
well,
might disappear.
let's talk about that. Willow, I sent you over the article and you read and you looked it up, and that's just some of the stuff that they're to get rid of. Roddy Piper and Bad News Brown.
Oh no!
Honestly, it's not a bad thing, because really, the whole blackface thing, we shouldn't have to tell you why it's a bad idea to do blackface. The fact that when I was searching this up and found that there's a toy of that, like a figurine of that, like, wow, what were they thinking?
Now, Missy, this is my only concern, and this is, and I totally understand. It's when we start censoring everything, we are going to forget that we've gone anywhere. I feel like we have to come to terms with a lot of the things we've done. I'm not okay with it being a toy. I'm not okay with it being, something that my kids would watch. But the real point of being a parent is that you sit with your kids and you say, this is where we were, and this is not okay, and this is why it's not okay. But if they never see it because it never happened, then we are doomed to make the same mistakes later on. So do we really want them to be culturally aware, or do we just want to pretend it didn't happen?
I mean, I can put a little bit. I have a little bit of one side of that Roddy Piper I'm real close with. To be real, who cares? And this is why. I know that people want to backtrack and be like, "Oh, it was blackface. It was entertainment." And I'm sure if you talk to Roddy Piper, if he was still alive, he would be able to articulate why he did it. Bad News Brown was there. If he really had a huge issue with it, they wouldn't have done it. They wouldn't have. It's just like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. It's like the movie The Toy with Richard Pryor. It's like the movie Soul Man with Thomas C. Howe. That's his name.
Yeah.
It's entertainment. It happened. You can show these things with a disclaimer and say, hey, we don't agree with what happened. This is what it is, and we'll give you the choice. You can go back if you want to. I say this all the time. Like, if you want to start canceling people, then I don't like the term cancel culture, but if you want to go through every cartoon, every business owner, every NFL team, every NBA team, we're going to find a lot of racist dudes, and we're going to have nothing. Because everything comes with the time. In the 50s, they did one thing. In the 60s, they did one thing. You have to see it to know that it happened and then make your own choices. Now, if you're doing blackface to be an a-hole, and it doesn't matter whether it's a movie or if you did it at a party, we will be able to articulate that. I can do that as a black person. If we had an issue with Robert Downey Jr. is the best example, because he gets that pass for doing Tropic Thunder. And that's because everybody knows it was for entertainment, and he was just a guy who played a guy who played a guy.
Exactly.
And we don't take it serious. So the blackface stuff. I mean, what about minstrel? What about vaudeville? You can, if you want to watch anything from the 1880s to the 1920s, 1930s, blackface, that's all they did.
Yeah.
You watch Shirley Temple, you watch Bojangles. I mean, it's part of our history, and all you can do is see it, know that it happened, and then make your own choices. I'll stop.
Thank you, Henny.
Related was exactly what I was trying to say.
Thank you, Henny.
I agree with you. I knew you were saying that.
Yeah. So, do you think that since they're doing this, that the Attitude Era is not safe?
The Attitude Era was a response to what WCW was doing anyway. So they get an ECW, So I mean, they get a lot of blame when those other cops were doing it first anyway.
But do you feel Peacock is going to go in there and, I mean, are we going to get the Attitude Era?
I don't think so. I don't think so because, like I said, you just put a disclaimer in there. We might lose some bra and panties matches. We might lose the cat. I think the cat might be gone. She wasn't a good wrestler anyway. So maybe puppies. I don't know. Can Jerry Lawler say puppies? Oh man, please don't. Please don't. Just let it stay there. What about Owen Hart in the nation?
That's the whole thing, though. If we're gonna do it for one issue, then we kind of have to understand all issues. Do I appreciate the bra and panty matches? No, as a not so well endowed and slightly bigger girl. No. However, slightly bigger. Anyways, shut up, dog.
That's right.
I gave you peanut butter already. Do I love it? No. Do I appreciate the fact of where we've come from? But I have to say, where did we? Don't we all? Where we came from. Like, these are women that she wasn't a good wrestler. She was there solely for eye candy.
Right.
To get in the way of things, to bother matches, just to do that.
And
to just
she was married to the king at the time.
She knew exactly what she was doing. Are there things that I'm not so sure about? Yeah. Were there questionable things? Sure. But look at how far we've come. You've got Bianca Belair. We've got, Charlotte Flair. We've got, women who paved the way that were actually wrestlers, like Ivory and Lita and Jackie. And these girls could kick ass. And they were going to.
Even before then,
Mae Young,
yeah.
And
the Fabulous Moolah.
The Fabulous Moolah. I'm not saying that. I mean, we've come a long way. So if we honor the history. So do we condone the fact that sex sold? Well, sex still sells. So
That's
I guess
true.
we should check society if we're going to try to cancel or censor or whatever people.
And I don't even care. Like, as long as, like I said, and I've said this 1,000 times, as long as Instagram exists and I can't look up a squat workout because I'm not going to see anything about squat, and Pornhub exists, don't cancel nothing, okay? Just let it all be. Like, this it's selective. It's selective. Like, nobody cared that the Washington, people did care, but changing the name of the Washington football team doesn't change what's going on in society. Changing Aunt Jemima to whatever they changed it to doesn't change what's going on outside every day. It doesn't.
Yeah, didn't they do the same thing with Uncle Ben's rice?
I think so, but
oh man.
Yeah.
So
besides them changing some things with WWE, do you think that it was a good move for Peacock, who is going to bring in a new audience to their streaming service?
For sure.
they're gonna try to. They're definitely gonna try to, and if something doesn't work, then they're gonna change their strategy for the next time.
NBC
That's all it is.
Who is NBC Universal owned by? Are they Viacom?
Comcast.
Comcast, okay. I can't remember. They got all split up. I mean, it's a good risk. It's a good move for Vince McMahon because he's trying to do his chess pieces before he retires, passes away, whatever it is he's trying to do. Why not get all of those people who would never even look at Peacock? And now you got all the WWE people who might be bored one day and watch your content. It's an easy pull.
Yeah, and we talked about this a few weeks ago on the streaming episode when, we are in the streaming wars. All these services are looking for content. They want to bring people in. And we just got done watching the revival of Punky Brewster on Peacock.
He refuses to eat the peanut butter.
Yeah, I know. I have some of my favorites. I didn't eat it either. But
he's like, I figured you out. It only took a week, but I figured you out. Nope.
Yeah. But Punky Brewster, the revival on Peacock, was really good.
When it held on to that same family friendly, they updated family friendly a little bit. but they still made it kind of just silly enough. It's like the Big Show show.
Yeah.
You know, it's still, you can still watch it with your kids, but you're still gonna enjoy. Everybody's gonna enjoy it because it's funny and it's family. You know, so I like what's on Peacock because the other show's on Peacock too, right? Limetown's on Peacock, right?
Yeah, the Limetown show was on Peacock.
So Jessica Biel's show with Stanley Tucci called Limetown is on there. And they have good content. I have to say that when I watch Peacock, my stuff nothing buffers.
Yeah, that was something.
So,
with the,
WWE Network is horrible.
We watched the entire
Fastlane pay-per-view.
Fastlane pay-per-view, and it didn't buffer once. Which any other time, if we watched on WWE, at least it buffered at least once or twice or three, or oh my god, it was like you'd miss entire matches because of buffer. But I don't know. Like, I feel good about the switch.
Well, why not? It's in 5 years it's gonna be 10,000 freaking streaming services anyway. So it would have been good for them to get it before somebody else does. I don't watch anything but Pluto TV, and I watch the Johnny Carson channel, and that's pretty much what I watch. I don't know. This is just off topic, but if you have Pluto TV, watch the Johnny Carson channel. They show all these old Johnny Carsons. It's a time machine.
I love it.
Okay.
Well, that's awesome.
Thanks for letting me know about that.
Yeah, Pluto TV is a free streaming service that is owned by Viacom. And so there's a lot of Nickelodeon stuff on there, a lot of Paramount movies, and then they have channels like MTV, which is also owned by Viacom, and they have like dedicated 24/7 channels. So there's like a music video channel, like,
oh my god, that actually plays music videos.
and that's all they play is music videos.
Sorry.
No, as everybody leaves our show to go watch Pluto.
No.
Yeah, so we're not endorsed by Viacom at all. So
No, but we would
They have a channel that's all women's wrestling, but it's like local. Well, to me, it's like Tampa women's wrestling, and it's the worst, grainy, crappy footage. Like, but it's like, you know, it's wrestlers you'll never see in your life. Like, they're botching all day. The crowd is exactly what you would think the crowd would be. I'm not going to even go there. And I'll sit there and watch it for 3 or 4 hours and just remember when I was in wrestling school, and I'm like, they have wrestling school on TV now. That's awesome. Because that's what it is. Then they have a TNA channel. They have an old school wrestling channel. Go to Pluto, man. It's the 9th planet.
Yeah, so
What are we talking about now?
we're going to talk about NXT. We're just going to talk about a couple of the matches across the 2 nights. Matches that stand out to me, Finn Balor defending the title against Karrion Kross. Are you hyped for that match?
No.
Why not?
I used to love Finn Balor. Okay, like when I used to go to NXT in 2014, 2015. My son, we have all these pictures with him. That was my guy. But when he went back to NXT, it just felt like a demotion to me. Even though he's the number 1 person there, it just felt like a demotion to me. And I'd rather see him on the main card. I would. He should be. Why Drew? He could do exactly what Drew McIntyre is doing. Like, I don't understand why he's not on the main network. That's all.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Karrion Kross?
A little bit. A little bit. I think that he's the next one to come up, though. He's definitely the next person they're going to call up.
Yeah, well, speaking of call-ups, it's an unsanctioned match. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Right, I remember they broke that up.
Unsanctioned match.
Yeah.
The unsanctioned match that we announced, and we're going to have fans for.
Yeah. I do think that this match we're going to see Kyle O'Reilly come out on top and Adam Cole show up on Raw or SmackDown.
Hey, I'm all for it. I'm ready to see what Adam Cole. They keep talking about his height. I'm like, don't let that stop you, bro. Like, you can get. We all know what you can do, Adam Cole. Don't let it stop you. Just you can do it. I know you can. I love Adam Cole, man.
So I'm a fan of the smaller guys, like, you know, what we used to call the Intercontinental champions and stuff. Like, I've always been a fan of the smaller guys, a little bit more high flyers, and they could do stuff in the ring. Like, they really could wrestle.
The coolest move that Adam Cole does is the what is it called? It's his finisher when he does it from the top rope, though.
Oh yeah, he's awesome, man.
Nobody could pull that move off like he does. The one where he jumps and he lands on you and like does the flip. I think it's called.
What's it called? What is it? I gotta go in WWE the video game and see what that move's called.
Yeah, it's Paradise something, Paradise Flip or Sunset Flip or whatever. But it's a great move, and I mean, you've seen what Adam Cole can do.
I mean, I'm not an NXT girl.
It's just hard to keep up with it. You know what I'm saying?
But I can't. I can't watch everything. So something's gonna give, and something, you know. Usually it's Monday Night Raw, really, unless it's after a pay-per-view. But
what happened with Keith Lee on the main card? Like, Keith Lee just disappeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, Keith Lee is in a relationship with the one girl that got called up and is part of Retribution. Let me go.
The girl that's gonna
not Mia Yim, right? Not Mia Yim, right?
What was Mia Kim?
Mia Kim, Mia Yim?
I guess she got COVID or something like that and was off TV for a while. And he had to stay home, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, she lives here in Florida, and like, don't come to. All right, if you come to Florida, just get vaccinated first. That's all.
So,
do you guys feel like this is like for them to be having WrestleMania in Florida right now? Is it too soon? Do you guys feel it's too soon, or do you guys just want to move on with your lives already?
You want to go first? You want me to go?
Go ahead, Henny.
No, because quarantine was just something we did for 2 weeks last May. So honestly, I mean, I've listened to a lot of different. People don't believe in scientists. The dark. We've been exposed to COVID down here probably the whole time, and let's just be honest. And whether you believe in science and you believe the science of it or not, a lot of people down here were in contact with it at some point, and your body, whether you want to believe it or not, builds up an immunity. So the people who live here, we've been smart. There's this misconception that the people in Florida haven't been wearing masks, have been congregating and being in tight spaces, and that's not true. It's not true. There's certain spaces, there's certain bars which smart people avoid. I'm going to WrestleMania. I will be there at WrestleMania. They sent me a 5-page email on what the guidelines were of like where to park, how far to stay away. The only reason why I went is because it's like a little pod where we're sitting, and there's nobody around us. So that's awesome to me. That's like, if you've ever been to WrestleMania, you could, you might the person next to you might be pregnant by the end of the show. You're that close. That's how close you were to people at WrestleMania. Now you got space. So that's why I chose to go. I would never go if it was a normal year. So the WWE is doing what they need to do to make sure it's safe.
Okay.
And they have the Super Bowl there already. They've already had a precedent on how to do this properly. So I don't like Ron DeSantis, even though that's off topic, but he had, he just made that choice to keep everything open, and whether that's what it is. That's just what it is. We've learned to deal with it. And
but if I just want to put this out there, and I understand science, and I understand the way vaccines work, and I understand the way our bodies work when we're when we're exposed to something. But at some point, we're going to have to say life goes on. And so there's always going to have to be somebody that's going to be willing to put it out there to do it first. And just for every idiot that watches the news and thinks that Florida is just, gone crazy, like everybody you just saw on the news in Miami acting stupid and out, doing whatever the hell they were doing and sitting on the beach and acting ridiculous, those were your people. They were not our people. Dingo. They're not our people. They are not people that live in Florida on a
right, exactly. We can tell you that.
I'm going to tell you straight up. I don't go to the beach like that. Like, I will wait until the middle of the week on a Wednesday in the middle of summer when no one's going to be around me because it's too damn hot. And that's when I'm going to go to the beach. I'm not going to the beach on spring break. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Like, come on, people. Plus, think about all these other states where they've been really careful, almost downright to protest careful. Like, where everybody was, trying to get footage of people breaking the damn law because Michigan, my home state. Okay. Exactly that. They were looking for ways to catch the governor doing things she shouldn't have been doing because of the way she was doing things, the stipulation she was putting on people. So while I do sometimes think Ron DeSantis is a blithering idiot, in this case, at least he tried. What do you need me to do?
Yeah. And Nicole did look up that
they're being safe. Yeah. People forget this is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. The last thing they need is somebody to die at WrestleMania.
Right, yeah.
If I die at WrestleMania, next year WrestleMania is going to be called the Hennessy Williams WrestleMania. We're going to sue them for everything.
Yeah, and see, a lot of people got to realize this, and this goes to Comic Cons as well. When they book a venue, they have to pay insurance. So yeah, the worst thing that they don't want no one getting sick and dying. But the name of that move that Adam Cole does is called a Panama Sunrise.
It's a super flip pile driver.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah.
And it's not, first off, it's not just Florida that has people at events. Like the Major League Baseball, almost every team is letting like 20 to 30% of the fans come. There's a lot of states that have fans in their basketball games. There's states that are having kids sporting events, Arizona, California. So it's just, Florida always gets the brunt of it. Yeah, everybody want to come here. Everybody want to come to Disney World at some point in their life. Yeah. If you want to come to Disney World, come now because it's easy. It's like, so if you want to come now.
Yeah. I'm not happy with the hockey games being at like 10 p.m. and missing them when I have to go to bed.
Hockey, what is that? They play that on, what is that? They hit a stick, right?
I know what hockey is.
So
my team is second in the league, so screw you all.
But Tampa won though, right?
Yeah, figure that out.
So there's one more match that NXT is putting on that I think is something that we should look forward to is Johnny Gargano defending the North American Championship against the winner of the gauntlet match that happens from night one, which is a 6-man elimination match.
Okay, that I want to see.
Yeah, so night one, we'll see the 6-man match, and then night two, they'll fight the champion. And you're not a fan of Johnny? I mean, the dude goes. Like, every match I've seen him in, whether he wins or loses, he puts on a hell of a show.
He does. I'm just over it. Like, put him on the main roster or something. Like, I'm bored. It's always the same thing.
Yeah, like it feels like cruiserweight. It feels like they turned NXT into the purple cruiserweight division, and I don't like it. I love NXT. I love the wrestlers. I just need them to. I miss when it was like actually developmental. Now it feels like another share. It feels like another share now.
Mm-hmm.
So Terry, since lives in Ireland, he says a 4 a.m. WWE finishes unless they decide to do a 6 or 7 hour show. See, I think that was the problem. That's why they broke it into 2 nights.
That really might have been why, because that's a long time to watch wrestling. Well, first of all, it's a long time to watch wrestling in one day. That's one. But 2 at 4 o'clock in the freaking morning.
Have a good night, John. Chat soon.
Well, you know what they should do is they should like Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, Finn Balor, Kyle O'Reilly, all these little guys. They should all come up to the main card as a little guy faction.
A little guy faction.
The little guys. Let's just call them the little guys. But the little guys come up, but they tear your ass up, boy. Like they bite your ankles, you know what I'm saying? Like they take you down. If they did that, I'd watch it.
Like, no, but I see what you're saying because I love Finn Balor.
Just imagine Adam Cole biting Bobby Lashley's ankles. Ah! It'd be so funny.
All right.
Would Bobby Lashley notice though? Like, wouldn't we see a facial expression change?
So
I mean, because I got more personality in my pinky finger than he does in his entire body.
Okay, so since we're on Bobby Lashley, let's talk about WrestleMania, another show that's broken up in 2 nights, and both nights have great matches. We'll start with night 1, which this match is going to steal the whole weekend. Sasha Banks defending the women's championship against Bianca Belair.
I believe it.
I can't wait.
What night is that? That's Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday night.
Damn it.
The rest of the card is Bobby Lashley against Drew McIntyre. Okay, Bad Bunny with Damian Priest against.
Oh, can't wait for that one. Cannot wait for that one.
Oh my God, Bad Bunny against The Miz.
I know. He's one of the most popular people that I've never heard a song by.
Exactly.
Everybody said he's so damn popular, and I'm like, I listen to the radio all day. I never heard Bad Bunny. I never hear Bad Bunny.
Here's a match that they're hyping up. It's The New Day against AJ Styles and Omos. Okay.
What's he gonna do? He gonna pick him up like Shaq Daddy and dunk him? He might.
I mean, that's all he does.
I
want to see some legitimate wrestling from this big guy.
He should turn and join New Day. That'd be awesome.
Do they know how to? I mean,
the Sunday card is banger. The Sunday card is way better than the Saturday card.
Yeah, well, Sunday we got Roman against Edge against Daniel Bryan.
That's gonna be the match, boy.
I would rather see a Daniel Bryan Edge match than a triple threat, but
that is true. That would be nice. But that's why they put him in there. That's why they threw him in there.
I get the spear for spear, and I get I get it.
I mean, the match that actually every wrestling fan wanted was Finn Balor and Edge.
But I want it on the main card. I don't want it for the NXT title. Right. I don't want it for me, I still feel that way too. Like, I feel like it is a demotion. I feel like once Finn Balor was on the main roster, he should have stayed.
Yeah.
And they should have put him somewhere other than the mid of the card, because he's not just a mid card guy.
Right. So night 2, we also have Asuka defending the championship against Rhea Ripley.
Okay. Rhea Ripley.
And it was originally going to be, Charlotte and
right.
Lacey Evans, but Lacey Evans is pregnant. And then it was going to be Charlotte and Asuka, but because Andrade was let go from the company, Charlotte is staying home.
Man, whatever. Why? like you're the number one honey in the
that's her
whole.
boyfriend.
No. Here's my problem with that. If you are a woman and you are the top
Right.
there
of
are
the talent,
they said Charlotte
then you say, bitch, this is my job. And you go do it. You don't make it a freaking protest point for your boyfriend who obviously didn't have enough talent.
Yeah, Charlotte did come out and say she had COVID. I don't know. I don't buy it.
Well, anytime you want to miss work, yeah, that's the easy one now. Yeah, my nose is running.
14 days off.
So this feud over the last 6 months has been interesting. The Fiend with Alexa Bliss against Randy Orton.
I wish it had played out in front of a crowd. At least we get to see it kind of come to a head at WrestleMania with the crowd. A lot of people did the best versions of themselves with no crowd. It's really irritating. Like Roman Reigns, Alexa Bliss, Bobby Lashley's done that. The Hurt Business.
Well, I want to say that MVP in the Hurt Business has been the best thing that WWE has done in a long time. Yeah. Like MVP, the dude should have been bigger than what he was when he was around the first time. He has talent, but now he's like 51, 52 years old, and he's mentoring these. Well, Bobby Lashley's not young, but he's with Bobby Lashley, and he's a good mouthpiece.
Well, he'll help Bobby Lashley have personality.
Right.
Hey. No, he doesn't. He has as much personality as a bag of M&Ms.
But you will say Bobby Lashley in the ring has talent.
He doesn't have talent. It's just like,
if you had to choose between Bobby Lashley and Brock,
are you serious? Don't even ask me that question. I will kiss Bobby Lashley's feet, but I'm telling you.
What's wild is, all right, remember when Shad passed away?
Yeah.
So when they were kind of already talking about, if I remember correctly, bringing both of them back for this. And then when he passed away, I think that really lit a fire. Plus, when Kofi Kingston won the title, I think that really lit a fire under MVP, and he wanted to get back in the business and make up for exactly what you said. It should have been better the first time around. And he's done that by tenfold with the Hurt Business. So good for MVP. Rest in peace, Shad. I hope JT's G's shows up. Is he in AEW?
I'm not sure where he's at. I follow him on social media, but he's been kind of quiet a little bit.
Well, AEW gets everybody who wrestled in WWE for 10 seconds.
Yeah. So what do you think about this match, which I think maybe better than people are expecting? Big E defending the IC title against Apollo Crews.
Oh, I love it. I love what Apollo Crews is doing. Another part of the Black movement, boy. WWE's got a
Apollo Crews. He's Nigerian, right? He's from Nigerian heritage.
And he's doing the whole. I actually need to watch it a little bit more to see what his gimmick kind of is. But Apollo Crews, when he got called up, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready when they called him up. I have no idea why they did that. I think it was just for that show they were doing on WWE at the time. They needed to call him out. Yeah. But now he's ready. 3, 4, 5 years later, he should beat Big E too, because Big E doesn't need that title.
Right. I do have to say, Apollo Crews, if I'm remembering, he's about 242, and for his size to do a moonsault off the top rope?
He does it. Doesn't he do it standing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just does a standing moonsault. He does it off the top rope too.
And then the last match for night 2 is Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. We already know that that's going to be a good match because those guys have worked together for years. And
I love Sami Zayn. I've always loved Sami Zayn.
Do you like the whole like being followed by a documentary crew?
Of course, he's the one who comes up with the best. Like he's the one who comes up with the best gimmicks for himself. He really does. Like that's amazing, being the conspiracy guy.
Yeah, and Willow, these two that I just mentioned, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they're both from Canada.
Okay.
I see now.
They're from Montreal. Though.
I've lived the life for quite a while, so I've seen like the Kevin Owens that was the whiny Kevin Owens, and now the one that's just.
He's like the Steve Austin.
He's like, I don't give a shit.
Well, he's not Steve Austin because he gets his ass kicked every week.
Yeah.
Steve Austin gets his ass kicked every week.
But at least he's not doing the whiny baby stuff. Like, I cannot stand whiny people. So, yes, while Sami Zayn's character is good, like, I'm just like, oh, please stop whining. Like, just go out there and do what you need to do. But this is my mother of boys kind of thing. It's like, stop your damn whining. Go out and do what you need to do. Like, I ain't got time for that. Unless you're bleeding or on fire, then we're good. Like, quit your bitching.
I think every mother says that eventually to their children.
If you're not bleeding and you're not on fire, you don't need my help.
So, Henny, with you being the resident wrestling fan that's huge into wrestling like myself, do you feel TakeOver is going to overshadow WrestleMania like it has previously? Or do you think because both are basically it's 4 nights of wrestling?
I think this is the year where the main card wrestlers say, kiss my ass, NXT. We're tired of hearing that you're better than us. And we're going to put on a better show. NXT, the people who are main event in that show have been, as you said, they've been doing that for like a year and a half. I'm sick of seeing that. I'm so sick of seeing Johnny Gargano.
I'm sorry, Henny. I love this comment from Terry.
Well, and what's funny is Kevin Owens, you wouldn't even think that he was a front Canadian, so he's done very well in his 15 years.
Yeah, and did you know his son is autistic, and he's very involved in autism.
He's a huge supporter and advocate.
Oh,
I did not know that he didn't speak English, though. I did not realize he spoke French. French Canadian, I'm assuming it's French, but I didn't realize.
Sorry, it's French.
With a quote.
Well, actually,
I mean, he is French Canadian, so I'm assuming that it's French.
But did you know the actual French in France, they have issues with French Canadians?
Really?
The whole country is mad at Quebec.
Real Spanish speakers have a problem with everybody from Ecuador on up. So, like my kids from Colombia would say to my Mexican kids, you don't speak Spanish. My kids from Spain would come and say, you don't speak Spanish. So
I'm trying very hard not to say this one word, but yes, we have a form of French that is like so broken. It's like you might as well just speak English, folks. Just don't even try.
It's like when we speak Spanglish over here. Every other word is like a BTS video or something. Like, are they speaking English in between all that? Yeah, I think so.
You know, you brought up BTS. What is the whole? I don't get the craze.
Oh, no. See, we're not going to do that. I shouldn't even brought it up. A BTS, that's my squad. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I love BTS.
God, he's part of the army. We're in trouble.
I love BTS. I will take it to my grave that they're the best boy band ever. And I would never have said that 4 years ago. But they sing every time live. They choreograph all their own stuff. They record and do all their music in their own little house. That's why they've been, during the quarantine, so successful. It's not a little house. It's a compound. I'm not going to get started on BTS, but I won't allow blasphemy. That's my boy, Jay Hope. Jay Hope is the dude, man. I love BTS. Yeah. They need to put them out. They should have put them out.
Heard it all now.
They should have them do Asuka's theme song.
I will have to have you meet one of my friends, Sharon, who's a huge BTS lover, and she's awesome.
I love them. And my son, my kids are the ones who put me on to them because they would like, be doing their dances, and I'm like, who are you singing? BTS. The boys. The Bangtan boys.
Okay. So when you get
I have heard it all.
So when Henny comes back to wrestling and when he does his stand-up stuff, he's gonna have a BTS gimmick.
Why not?
Yes.
Hey, hopefully they can come open for me on next Sunday. I got a big show next Sunday. So BTS, if you're listening, I got a spot for you.
Okay, how do you feel about their Grammy loss? Like,
oh, let's not even talk about the Grammys because okay.
All right.
No.
Sorry, I had to bring it up. Like, I saw the upset all over the internet zones.
Okay, no. Here's the upset.
Shut up.
Hold on. No, she brought it up. She opened that can of worms.
And now we're off topic.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so
it wasn't on topic to begin with. It was going to be a random show anyway.
Okay, the Grammys. First of all, how do you not nominate The Weeknd, who had the biggest selling album and single for the whole year of 2020?
Yeah.
They watched the Super Bowl performance. They're like, oh. I thought it was fine, but still.
The award shows are bought, people.
Yeah, they are. That is true.
It's completely bought. I stopped watching award shows because it made no sense to me.
I mean,
it doesn't make any sense to me. That's why I don't watch them.
The song "Blinding Light" was on the top 10 list for the whole year. It never dropped out of the top 10.
The Weeknd said he's starting his own Grammys.
Yeah, he told his record company to not send his stuff in for consideration.
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Eminem did the same thing a long time ago. They're like, "Why do you need me there?
Yeah,
you don't want me there."
Yeah, that was like 2003. Well, when he was doing right before the Eminem show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is why last year Eminem showed up on the Oscars and did that song from 8 Mile because he was nominated and he never was there at the show when he was originally nominated for that song.
However, there's always a reason for why those things happen, and we don't realize that people are buying things.
Well, the Golden Globes had that controversy earlier this year where I need to keep my facts straight, but it just got exposed that whoever made whatever movie, I think it was Minari or something, they like took them all out to dinner, like got them all this stuff, and just softened them up a little bit, and but they were like, they always do that. That's what every movie does. They send us gifts and take us places and take us out. That's what they do. So
yeah,
that's why they expand the Academy a couple years ago because they thought it was just too old and white, so they just added to it. I'm pretty sure they did that.
Yeah,
it was too old and white, but
Yeah, I mean,
that's not my term.
With the Academy, when they're nominating whatever it is, so like in the actors category, the only people that are there to do the nomination are actors. So this is how the Academy works with the peers. So when they do the category for directors, it's only the directors in Hollywood that are doing the nominations,
okay.
And stuff like that. And that's how it's broken up. So, I mean, if you look at
when it comes to makeup, who makes up the decisions for the makeup? Who wins? Because I'm sorry, the year that Suicide Squad won for best makeup was BS.
I mean,
I just know
Star Trek
is as good as mine.
Each category, you have to work in that field to be like for the nominations. So in the music department, it's all like the sound mixers and the producers and stuff of the sound engineering that do that. Directors do the directors, actors do the actors. So I'm guessing hair and makeup and costuming, they're the ones
You
that
would
are.
think.
Why did they talk about this whole expansion of it and that it wasn't working for all those years? They used to just say the people who were getting nominated were just, this is way off topic, but we've had years where, what's a good example? When Hoop Dreams, the documentary, didn't get nominated.
Oh, the Mr. Rogers documentary, that should have been nominated and that should have won.
Right. Lego Movie, did that get nominated? The Lego Movie animated movie?
The Lego Movie, I think that was.
I think so.
Not for picture, the song was.
I don't think it won, and it should have. I'd like it. I don't know if it did. I don't know. I need to.
My whole thing is it only works if the people that are voting are competent.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with like the Grammys and stuff like that. It's like if you can buy your way into it because your record label sends the stuff but doesn't back you up enough, I guess, then who cares? But I felt like that about all the music award shows for a really long time. I don't watch any of them. The only one I've only ever really watched like parts of is the Academy Awards, and that's only because I like the people that host it because they're funny.
The Golden
Especially
Globes,
if it's Nick Gervais.
The Golden Globes is always a fun show to watch because it's like all of the Hollywood elite and stuff, and they're sitting there and they're getting drunk and wasted and
showing it.
Yeah.
Yes, the Lego Movie was not nominated for an Oscar.
It was.
It
was.
Best song.
Everything's awesome.
Yeah, that got nominated. Best animated feature, it was not.
That's right. I remember everybody was like, why wasn't it nominated?
And it's awesome. That movie is like amazing. The first one.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about the Lego Movie, before we even saw a trailer or knew much about it, and people said they're making a Lego movie, everybody's like, how is that going to work? And then, we saw how it worked. It was awesome.
But all their little Lego movies that they came out with are all pretty cute and
they are pretty good.
And
They're
pretty
fun.
good.
Yeah.
So
I like all the DC ones. Those are good ones.
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like the Lego movies no matter what they are, but
are we going to talk about Justice League or not?
Zack Snyder did a really good job on Justice League.
It's funny because before everybody's like, "Oh, it's gonna suck," and like everybody watched it, like it's good.
I'm moving in slow motion. That's all. This is Justice League. That's about 45 minutes of it.
All right. To be honest, though, there's been lots of movies that had the stupid slow-mo crap that really didn't necessarily need it.
I still liked it though. It was from what he took it from. Yeah.
It's I haven't seen it all in, I have yet to actually sit down and watch it all in one take because now I'm just every time I turn the movie channels on, that's what's playing is Justice League, and the computer graphics is amazing. How he did everything it looks really good.
And this movie once again proves why Ben Affleck is the best Batman.
Ooh, I love Affleck as Batman. The best
I'll come back to that.
Better than Michael Keaton?
Okay, I loved Ben Affleck as Daredevil. I will I don't know.
He was good.
He did a great job as Daredevil.
I cannot weigh in on this subject because I absolutely refuse to watch Batman vs Superman after the first 10 minutes. I just couldn't see a damn thing. Like, you can't shoot an entire movie in the freaking dark. I mean, I understand it's called the dark. He's the Dark Knight. But you can't shoot it where nothing's lit. I can't. What's happening? So I'm not interested. I'm like, whatever. Fine. So I don't know if he's the best Batman. I don't know if he's a good Batman because
I had way too much hope for Jesse Eisenberg, though. I think a lot of people had that hope where it's like, oh, Jesse Eisenberg is going to be in this. Okay, let's see what he can do. And I'm just like,
he made some wild choices in how he decided to play Lex Luthor. And I mean, he definitely went 150% on what he was trying to do with it. I will say the first 10 minutes of Batman versus Superman, it's pretty damn good. Like Batman watching Superman and Zod fight. That's a pretty damn good sequence that he did. It does go downhill from there, but
the ultimate cut of that is a better film.
Yes.
I mean, Zack Snyder is a really good filmmaker, and I think the problem is when he was making his films, and if you watch all of his films, it seems like Warner Brothers always oversteps what his vision is. Right. It happened with 300. I'm not going to mention Sucker Punch because Sucker Punch, I mean,
don't.
I liked Sucker Punch for what it was. I feel like there is lots of that movie missing that we still have yet to see. I'd like to see it released fully in his version to see what it is that, I don't know. There is definitely something with Sucker Punch that is missing.
It's a cosplay. Right now, it's a cosplay movie.
Yeah.
We can move it from that.
Zack Snyder, I came across him with the Dawn of the Dead remake that he directed and James Gunn wrote. And I want to see them work together again. I think that would be great. But let me look up here, Justice League here. Okay, so on Rotten Tomatoes it's 73%, and that is, an average of the critics' reviews, and then the audience reviews is right around the same. Where in the original release by Joss Whedon, it was lower.
Well, Zack Snyder made a great choice in getting rid of all that Flash and insecure crap that Joss Whedon tried to pull.
And the mustache, the Superman mustache, where they had to edit out because Henry Cavill was filming Mission Impossible at the same time, and he had a mustache, and his contract said he couldn't shave it.
It looks so odd. Like the Photoshop was just so badly done.
Of the original Justice League.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to watch both of the movies now.
You don't need to watch the Joss Whedon version. Just watch the Zack Snyder version. They added Martian Manhunter is in it.
Okay, I'm just going to say that while I love some of the things Joss Whedon has done, I don't love everything.
Yeah, see, and now he's such... Every time I say that name, it has a bad taste because of everything that's being said about Joss.
Hey,
why is this new to people, though? There's been douchebags in Hollywood since the beginning of time.
Exactly. So that's exactly what I was saying earlier. If you want to start going through Hollywood, it's like, then we're going to get rid of everybody, yo. You're not going to have nothing.
There won't be anything left.
You're not going to have no delivery and no pizza. Forget Chili's. Chick-fil-A is gone.
If we're gonna have a movie about kick-ass women, okay, Zack Snyder had proven that he can direct a really good movie about kick-ass women. Okay, you want a really well done written movie that has really good dialogue? Kevin Smith. Let's get Zack Snyder and Kevin Smith together and make a goddamn great movie.
Maybe that's who DC should hire, because at least then it might make something.
And
here we go. Yeah, here's the what do you call it?
I agree.
The dark horse, James Gunn's Suicide Squad, which the trailer just came out. Oh my God, James Gunn is going to save DC.
laughed so hard I almost peed my pants. I had to watch it twice.
And then we're going to get a spinoff series of the Peacemaker, which is John Cena's character, and it's going to be on HBO Max. John Cena is going, like, a lot of people give John Cena crap, but I think they're going to change. Like, James Gunn is doing to John Cena what he did for Batista in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
We're putting too much credit on this Suicide Squad movie. I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up for this.
Trust me, James Gunn
has anything like the other one.
Yeah, and even the original director doesn't like what Warner Brothers did with Suicide Squad, because there is his version of the film that they're holding back.
The second film had really great fighting, though. Like, I enjoyed the Harley Quinn movie for what it was, and I
didn't hate the movie, but I wish they hadn't called it Birds of Prey.
Yeah, it wasn't Birds of Prey.
It was a Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah.
But James Gunn has not let us down. Oh yes,
I love it.
We'll talk about movies in just a minute here. But James Gunn, like, every movie he's done has been good. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 1 was better than Volume 2, but Volume 2 was still good. Slither, great James Gunn film.
Okay, but James Gunn writes dialogue the way people talk. Like, there is nothing, like, he writes dialogue the way people talk. And so if you put a whole bunch of people in the same room that can be funny together, like,
and Nathan Fillion is in the Suicide Squad.
You know who is going to do what. So you can put Chris Pratt in a role with Batista and know you're going to get something good, even if. What are you doing?
I'm going to eat a chicken.
Anyways, the dog's been trying to get it for an hour. But you know who you can get to bounce off of each other. Batista is not the most. He doesn't have a lot of personality either, but he was funny as hell as Drax. So, like, he calls him like he sees him.
Yeah, but John Cena has personality, so the see what John Cena.
How many movies is My Guy Robbie locked into? Like, how many movies did they sign her for?
That's a good question.
Okay, it seems like they're building this whole thing off of her. Like, because they need to get her into
I think it's like 3 films. It's her initial contract, but she's not going anywhere. She's getting that paycheck.
Why would she go anywhere?
I wouldn't even do other movies. I would just go ahead and Will Smith it at this point. I'm a Will Smith it and do the blockbusters once a year.
Well, now, I think that she was the breakout of the previous. Like, I know they talked a lot about Jared Leto and all that, but I feel like.
But I mean, she's a great actress.
She broke out in that role as something that she could stand on her own.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, look at her in Wolf of Wall Street. She was great in that film.
She's amazing.
I, Tonya,
yeah.
Awesome. She's a great actress. Once upon a time in Hollywood.
Like, she can do serious and funny.
It says 10 years on this one article that
they
came
like
up,
that.
but I mean, again, like, that could be like 2 movies.
Right. That's what they're doing now. They're not doing Marvel changed everything with how they did the movies. So now it just saves you so much money to say, hey, we're going to just have you for X amount of time. We don't need to do as much marketing because we have streaming. It just saved the studios money. Like, Marvel broke the system, and now everybody's going to do what they do. The old Hollywood system of one movie and all that is gone. It's gone.
Yeah, I mean, when Marvel did those contracts, starting with Robert Downey Jr., his original contract was 5 movies, I believe, and then they renegotiated, and he came back and did a few more. But yeah, you're right. The whole one and done contract thing is old school.
Yeah. Yep. There's a book by a writer, I think his name is Ben Fritz. It's called The Big Picture. And it talks about how Marvel broke the movie system, amongst many other things. It's a really good book if you ever want to listen to how...
What is that called again?
The Big Picture. The Big Picture by
Okay.
Ben Fritz. It goes in very big detail about how Marvel just took over Hollywood and changed the whole business model. And Will Smith. Will Smith did too. So those two people, Marvel and Will Smith, broke the system.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at some of the actors now that said they would never do TV or streaming, you know, they're doing streaming stuff now too.
Right.
Like Will Smith, I think, signed a deal with Netflix, his production company. I mean, he has the option to star in the stuff, but he doesn't have to.
Well, why not? You know, look at what Bridgerton. Aren't all those shows filmed in like the same studio? Bridgerton.
Can we just get a caveat on Will Smith and not have his children do any more remakes?
What was Jaden in that was a remake recently?
Karate Kid?
Well, that was like 100 years ago. That was like 14 years ago.
But it was enough. Or we could just have a moratorium and understand that just because your parents are famous doesn't necessarily mean you have to be.
When Willow, that's isn't it Willow? Isn't that the other brother's name? It is Willow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like a singer for a minute.
Yeah, she's a little too wild, man. I don't know.
What's that song? Whip My Hair?
Whip My Hair.
Yeah.
I can do it. That's why I grew out my hair to look like a Booker T.
Oh my god!
I've always wanted to do that my whole life, and now.
Well, we had a few people asking earlier about some Funko stuff.
Oh, 1988, boy! I'm at lunch in kindergarten.
Wait, let's turn it over.
That's actually really
That
nice.
is really cool.
That's a really nice lunch box.
I wonder what's inside of it.
A peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay, people, time to create all your fake accounts. Start your commenting now.
Yes. So we got a Cobra keychain.
Woo!
We have a sticker.
You have a problem.
Is that Optimus Prime? Optimus Prime?
We have buttons. And
What do you really want to show them? For real.
well, what we're going to show is someone in the live chat
Get to the point.
is going to win this. We got Cobra Commander and Optimus Prime.
Are you serious?
Those are good ones.
You're not keeping it?
No, because they're the same ones I already got.
He's gonna cry
Oh, you got double. You
in
got
the
double.
corner as he's sending it off to you guys.
So
Y'all need to tune in because one day.
You got two of the same freaking thing?
yeah,
Y'all need to tune in because one day Nicole's just gonna shake Brian up, and then they're gonna
I'm
have
gonna
a
lose my job because I went crazy on the internet. What? Okay. So I don't know who is involved in the coming up with anonymous groups and things, support groups, but I think we need a Pops, like anonymous. Like, hi, my name is Brian and I have a problem. I'm a pop addict. And when I say pop, my Michigan friends, don't mistake it. This is the problem. Now, maybe not this one exactly, but the 40,000 that we have on our house are the problem.
hey, that's one of the secret giveaways.
And I apologize. I'm just adding to the issue here by sending him two other ones. They're in the mail currently.
I have to appreciate the fact that he didn't swindle you, but at the same time, I'm like, what the hell? I told Kelly, I said, you keep aiding and abetting my husband and buying pops, I'm going to have to come live with you.
So, how should we give this away?
I don't know.
Willow, you have any bright ideas?
Okay, well, we can do like a randomized number. How many people commented here?
Did they count it?
Two, three.
Email.
Why don't we
Well,
do
no,
Ellen?
this one, that's for the monthly one. We still have time for that one, but this is for today.
Why don't we do it Ellen style and just go through a yellow pages and just pick somebody's phone number and call them and like, hey, you want to know Deadpool Funko Pop?
Oh, so we would have to have the yellow pages.
Yeah, the yellow
Do
pages.
we even make those anymore?
Yeah, I just put it in the recycle bin because we don't use it.
Oh.
They don't throw a phone book to the front door no more, huh? Wow.
I think we got it. We got a yellow page, like a yellow pages, like only businesses one that I threw in the
So
bag.
we can have somebody pick
Shut
a random
up.
number between like 1 and 20.
Man,
Okay.
And then
There's an
whoever
app
gets
for
the
that.
closest.
There's an app for that. There's an app.
There's an app for everything.
how many times did
So
the dog
did you watch?
episode?
While you're trying to figure that out, did you watch the Stone Cold sessions, the Skull sessions with Randy Orton?
Yes.
Go ahead. You talk.
Wasn't it good? Wasn't it good?
Oh my god, it was so good. I was like, I started to not hate him
Right.
a few years ago. Like, I really didn't like him when he first came in, and then that first, like the first Legend Killer stuff, I didn't really like. But like listening to him, because I was like, oh well, you know, he's a third generation. He's, you know, rode on the coattails, blah blah blah. But then you listen to him talk about how hard he worked and how he really felt like he had to prove himself, and he didn't do exactly what, you know, anybody else did. I was like, I don't hate the dude. Like, I actually very much like him. I mean, aside from the fact that, you know, he's in the match with Edge, and, you know, he took care of my boy at least, you know. Like,
I've always liked Randy Orton. I got to know him a little bit better that night because he was taking shots, and that always loosens you up. And what's funny is, who would have thought that Stone Cold, with how he did his character, he would have been so good outside of that, like as an interviewer, as a podcaster, as a host for television. He'd really surprised me with how much longevity he'd been able to have, because I thought that he was just a wrestler and that was it, really, to be honest. And he's so much more than that.
yeah, he has a lot of
Oh my God. What, is he drinking iron soda or what? Is that me? Or?
Dude, you have to say, welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. So while I'm figuring this out, why didn't you talk about your visit to Moby's? Your visit when you went to Moby's.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? Okay.
laughing at my
I'm like,
child.
what? Well, basically, it wasn't supposed to be open that day, and then it was. And then I got a Cocksmoker's
You
chicken
too?
sandwich.
Oh.
That's fine.
So how was the food?
It's invasion
The
of the
food actually was not bad. Like it was, of course, that sounds like it wasn't good, but it was good. And then we got to meet Movie, and you know, we didn't do anything too illegal there.
Was Kevin Smith there? He was there opening day, I
He
know.
wasn't there. Jason Mewes had been popping in and out. Kevin Smith wasn't down here, but Jason Mewes was doing a show at the Improv throughout the week at the Orlando Improv, and he was just popping in and out of movies. They didn't know when he was coming, so it was like random moments he might come walking in. So I was there. It was in blocks, and it was spaced out, and you know, wearing masks and all that stuff. So you could only stay there for like an hour at the most. So it was awesome. Now I got to go to movies.
I need a second to like. Oliver, come here, please. So.
Classic cosplay of a ninja.
So he has got this on. This is his face mask that he also wears when we go shopping because it's easier to wear. He's got on sweatpants, bare feet, this jacket with skulls all over it, right? That's a little too small. And this ninja thing with this hair out of it. And he comes in and he's like, I need a drink. So he comes out and he's like, and then all of a sudden he is over the table and I'm laughing at him, which I didn't mean to like.
No, it's okay.
And then all of us, I see him dab. I'm like,
I'll show you right now.
So
Dab on your dab.
here's something that we can do with giving
Random name picker. Oh,
That's cool. That's cool.
all right, that works.
All right. Spin the wheel.
Y'all gotta pay for shipping. Don't forget. You pay for
Greg.
shipping. Congratulations.
Greg, all right.
Add the extension while you're at it and start it.
Greg, what?
I know who.
What's going on?
I know which Greg.
Yeah,
Where are we getting the names from?
commented right at the beginning. Greg Levance Robbins.
Yeah.
Oh,
Greg
Greg.
Evans.
Yep.
I hope,
I'll
you
leave
have, I hope you have Amazon Prime, Greg. I hope you have Amazon Prime.
Terry's like, oh man.
Yeah, because it was like two of my favorites. Maybe you should have bought 3 and sent one to Terry.
Oh man, it's so funny. I'm telling you,
I
everybody
wonder
listening.
what the shipping would cost us to send to Ireland, though.
I wonder how long
Oh
it
my
would take to get there at this point.
I mean, normally it would take like about 2 weeks, but who knows now? Oh, he's mocking us.
I'm sorry, Terry. Try again next
Not
week.
against you. I mean, he could have bought 3 and sent one to you. Because he bought 2 and I didn't know about. I knew about 1. I didn't know about the other one.
Oh.
Oh man.
Now I need to go raid the house and make sure there aren't any other packages that I'm not. So
No,
sure of.
there's no other packages, and I'm not hiding anything. Well, I mean, I am hiding something, but
Well,
Anyway.
yeah. Why don't you just? This is how we can get it to Ireland. So we get enough. We can send it through Jameson. Just the next time I get an order of Jameson at my business, I'll break it and then I'll send it back. And there you go, Terry. I got you.
Wow.
I got you.
he said it took
my
2
job.
weeks for some things, and in another it took 3 months.
Now, I will say, like, I'll give him a pass because I didn't know that he was going to buy this for me. And he found, okay, well, preface first. I will never buy Loungefly for myself, so people will always buy it for me. But he bought this. He's like,
wow.
we went to Hot Topic and he's like, I was like, oh my God. And he was like, well, get it down and I'll buy it for you. I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, I wish they had her in the blue dress. Well, they do. Because I'm not exactly a fan of pink. Now, he found this one for me. And it's Loungefly. And then he was super sweet. He's like, here's a wallet to match because I laid my Supernatural wallet to rest. My 7-year-old Supernatural wallet that only had half of the boys' faces on it. They have it on eBay for $25, by the way.
That's tight,
But
man.
then, so he did manage to find some really cool things for me. But that does not excuse the fact that you bought 2 and didn't tell me.
You gotta add stuff. That's what we do. We push it up. Come
It's
on,
okay.
you know the rules.
It's okay. I
You know the
usually
rules.
get. I love Dave's thing that he has with his wife. Anytime that she buys pillows, he gets a new pop figure. I love that because anytime that I hear my husband going, "I was bad and bought Lego," I'm like, okay.
Classic misdirection. Y'all fall for it every time.
We're going straight to the poorhouse if that's the case. Be like, I
got a new costume piece today.
I bought some clothes for the 90th time this month, and so now you can buy a pop.
Yeah, sorry.
So I guess if we're getting serious, I have a problem as well. So. Oh, okay. So I didn't realize that he didn't put the cap back on that. I almost spilled it all over the place.
Oh, great. We would have Dr. Pepper all over the place.
Don't waste that product.
Don't waste the Dr. Pepper, especially on the computer, because that would suck.
Yeah, that would suck. Because then we wouldn't be able to do the show anymore.
Right.
So, as I'm talking to Greg here, he's super surprised. He's like, how the hell did that happen?
Apparently we forgot to mention that we were doing the draw at the beginning of the show.
You should have said anybody who can't comments.
Oh.
I like that whole wheel thing. Where'd you find that? We'll have to use that.
I Googled random name picker. And that's one of the things that came up. So yeah, I'll definitely put that with as something for in StreamYard here.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, we'll have to use that.
He said Yo, you won, dog. Don't worry about it. You sounded like America at the end of the Revolutionary War. They're like, how the hell did we win this?
So, Henny, you have a show coming up. You want to tell us about it?
It's April 4th at Neon Beach in downtown Orlando. It's a comedy club. I've never performed there. It's a great lineup. Professional comedians who tour the whole country. AJ Wilkerson, who is a nationally touring comedian. You've seen him on TV. And then Hennessy Williams Experience will be there. DJ, great food. Like I said, this is Florida, so everybody's masked up, but you know, maybe get vaccinated before you go. I'm getting vaccinated next week, I think. I think they're opening it up. Well, they're opening it up down here in like at least the next week or two.
Yeah, Mark went to Publix this morning and got the one and done.
Yeah. It's so like I deliver to Publix every day, and like the doctor's just waiting there for somebody to vaccinate. He's sitting there playing on his phone.
Can I just take a moment to address my prime minister, dear Justin Trudeau? If the U.S. can vaccinate all their people, I think we can do it too.
Oh, he's not doing that? I thought he was the man now. Wow.
It's almost like a lottery. It's like, okay, now serving ages between 70 and like 65 and 70. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Get moving here. Well, here's my thing. Like, teachers could get vaccinated March 13th. Okay. You want teachers to be vaccinated, first of all. Go to the schools and vaccinate them.
Right. Why I gotta leave?
Why do I have to get up and be on the computer at 7 to make an appointment at Publix that I'm going to have to miss school for?
Just come to the school, yeah.
Just come to the schools or come to some middle, like, community center or something. And every teacher has, their time to be there. Or you send enough vaccinations to the sites where teachers want to be vaccinated, and we're vaccinated right there.
I don't see why they can't do it like they did the test. Like, just let me get in the line in the car, yo. I mean, it's not that invasive of a procedure. So,
right.
Bang, bye-bye.
If I need to take my badge, cool. Here's my license. Here's my badge. You want my teaching certificate too? It's online. You can pull it up.
Yeah.
All you got to do is search my name.
So
it's public record.
I'm curious because
Come on.
These are free, right? You can just sign up for them, or do you have to show insurance?
No, I know it's being paid for out of the COVID money.
Oh, so all you got to do is just get an appointment, huh?
But I'm sure at some point they'll
once you get the public show, he's there because there's nobody in line. All the older people got him. All the older people got him already.
A stupid appointment.
Well, Mark,
to make an appointment.
Mark did a live, and they were only giving out 20.
Well, yeah, 20 people every day. Why? My point is, I just don't have time. I don't have time between waking my kids up and trying to get them ready and then getting in the car and driving an hour to my school. I don't have time to be sitting on the computer trying to get an appointment that I'm not going to get. Just meet me at my school. I'll roll up my sleeve. Done.
Yep.
I mean, I've got vaccinated.
I don't know.
I've been vaccinated for other shit at school before. You'd think that would be something that.
Well, shoot, I had to be vaccinated to go to school. So they took me to my doctor.
You haven't turned in, haven't I was told after you get the vaccine, like, go to the gym. It's like taking what's that? The pre-workout. That's what I was told. It hypes you up. You're like, whoa! Run 100 miles.
So it turns you into Ric Flair.
Oh God.
Well, my mother got it.
I hope when Ric Flair got it, he was like, woo!
My mother-in-law got her first vaccine a couple of weeks ago, and I made a joke about it to my father-in-law. I'm like, well, just remember to double tap if she turns into a zombie, and she was not happy when I said that. Like,
we laugh about it now, but there was a point last year when it first started, when it was like eerie outside, when there was nobody anywhere. And I was like, yeah, we might actually be at that point. We can laugh about it now, but...
I was looking back at some of my memories from last year, and I play The Division with my husband every now and then, and which is pretty much exactly what we've gone through. Is like, a viral outbreak pretty much killed a good portion of the people, and nobody's on the road, nobody's shopping, everything's closed up. And going to go get food from Walmart, my husband told me to bring my backpack, and I'm like, oh, this is so weird.
I was leaving last year, right the end of March. I was leaving the tutoring center at 7:30, and I walked out. This was after they closed schools, but my center was still open, so. I walked out and there was nothing in the parking lot.
Yeah.
It was my car.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I know the strange thing is being able to, I almost wanted to do like a podcast of like my character going through this. Like,
We definitely learned that if anything does actually happen, we're super screwed. We're super effed.
Oh, yeah.
So if we do have a zombie apocalypse, it was nice knowing you. I hope y'all make it, because I'm probably not going to. And,
no, we'll all get together. We'll find a compound.
If I can make it, I got a minivan. That's ultimate death. That's death immediately if I drive that out.
Ryan's like, what are you going to put on your car if there was a zombie apocalypse? I said, I'm going to have to raid a train station. I'm going to find one of those cow catchers, and I'm going to weld that mother to my car. Or I should push him out of the way. Because, I'm crazy and I'm not a very good driver, as most people have been saying. So really,
I'm alive.
Well, so are the children. So I guess really it's all relative. But I think I'll be okay as long as I can be in the car. Now, what happens when I have to put gas in the car? I don't know.
Yeah, you need a car that runs on coal.
Not a problem, Greg.
Let's talk about a show that premiered yesterday on Disney Plus, the reboot of Mighty Ducks.
I haven't watched it yet. I want to, but I just saw that it was on there like 3 hours ago.
We won't do any spoilers, but what did you
It's absolutely no spoilers. I just have to say that there is some beauty in bringing back something and breathing life into it again. Like,
you can tell it's a new show, but it still has all the elements from the original movies. And if you
enjoyed the original movies, like if you were watching the original movies and the little things about Emilio Estevez and little things, and you were like, oh my God, there were little throwbacks to the movie that you just really kind of enjoyed.
And it's Lauren Graham. I mean, if you're a fan of Gilmore Girls,
is it the whole show or just one episode?
One episode a week.
One episode a week.
Man, so this is not 1999. They better stop that, yo. Release the whole thing at once. I'm tired of it.
Well, the reason why they do it one a week is because they have us talking about it, and then the next episode drops, and then we're still talking about it. If you drop it all like Netflix, you talk about it for a few days, and then
it's gone.
Yeah.
I get it, but it's exciting though. Yeah. It's exciting because you're not killing it all in one shot. Like, it's not.
I don't watch it all at once. I just want the action. Like, don't you be taking that action from me, Di. Maybe I watch it once a week. Maybe I watch it once a day. You got a lot of catching up to do.
You got a lot of catching up to do.
But like Cobra Kai changed everything. Like Cobra Kai was like, okay, let's stop making movie sequels. Once again, let's stop making movie sequels and let's start making a whole show where we can actually develop. And I'm a believer. I love movies, but I really think that streaming and television is going to become the dominant. We're going to see the WandaVision type stuff in 15 years. That's where the big stars are going to do. They're going to do 10, 20 episode series and get that consistent money that they know they can rely on, as opposed, like we said, that one and done. That one and done, it's done. It's gone. It's over. Yeah. It's over.
Yeah. Are you caught up on Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Nah, I didn't. I would.
Episode 1 was good. Episode two was really good.
Okay, so if we ever have another boy, his name is Sebastian. First of all, but let me just say, on so many levels, like I love superheroes that aren't super. Like I love superheroes that have absolutely no power. Love Batman, love Green Arrow, love Falcon. And that right there is pretty much all you have to know. But Anthony Mackie, top freaking notch.
The chemistry between him and Sebastian Stan. If you thought they were
weird, right? It's like you didn't even see that coming, like, and all of a sudden it was like, we're actually going to do that show now.
I mean, if you remember the scene in Civil War when they were in the Volkswagen, the back and forth that Sebastian Stan and Anthony had, their characters, you get more of that in this series.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of Anthony Mackie. I'm just going to be real, but he's gotten better over the last few years.
This character was right for him. He was right for the character, and the character was right for him.
I like the way they introduced the character. I like the way the character was involved in all of the stuff leading up to this. And there was enough development that you didn't feel like they just got a show.
Right, because when Falcon was introduced, he was introduced in 2014 in The Winter Soldier when Steve was going to the VA meetings. and that's how he met Falcon. And then I like how they developed him through that, and then
On
through
your
Civil. Yeah, on your left. Yeah, the whole running scene.
So what was he doing in Wakanda that whole time? Do they
Well,
talk about
the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's where they repaired his arm and they fixed his brain.
They dehydrolyzed him.
Yeah. And so, I mean, he still suffers PTSD.
I'm making shit up as I go.
Yeah.
I need that shirt. I need that shirt that says, I'm just winging it.
You just-
Motherhood, my hair, everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And Captain America's still an old man in the new joint?
He's not in the series yet. I mean, he could show up. I don't know.
That'd be hard if he was an old man, like still kind of chiming in.
It's really hard not wanting to say what I say because I almost died. The last 20 minutes of the show? This last episode 2, the last 20 minutes of the show. And it's like, oh my God, this is the best. Some of the best both drama and buddy comedy kind of
Really?
thing.
Wow.
Yeah, let me say,
Good.
do you remember the movie Another 48 Hours and 48
Yeah,
Hours?
yeah.
Yeah, this really is very similar to that. Yeah.
That's a bold statement, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's like two opposites. They just work so well together. And
Love that.
You gotta
Yeah.
get the Hulu combo though. Get that combo. And then actually get the Amazon Prime too before you gotta pay the shipping.
yeah.
True. Yeah.
I'm watching that tonight. I'm watching the movie on Netflix called Bad Trip with Eric Andre, Tiffany Haddish, and Little Rel. That looks awesome. Like I've always wanted to make a black version of Jackass called Blackass, and they made it. They made it. It really makes me mad.
Did you just say it was called Bad Trip?
Yeah, it's called Bad Trip. Not-
Okay. You're gonna have to look for that on
No,
Netflix. Right?
yeah, it's on Netflix. It just popped up last night. Eric Andre, Little Rel, Tiffany Haddish. It's
Oh,
black.
Lord.
It's black Jackass. It's black Bad Grandpa. That's what it is.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we saw the Eric Andre.
So definitely
stand-up.
something my husband would watch.
Eric Andre, I love him so much. He'll make you so uncomfortable. I love that kind of comedy where you just would sit there and you have no idea what to do. And Eric Andre, the best at that.
Like, should I laugh or should I be afraid? Like,
Right.
I love his stand-up routine where he just calls random people.
I love Eric Andre, bro. He's awesome.
Oh man, we're gonna have to watch it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch it. So, what else do you guys have going on for this upcoming week?
Go ahead, Willa.
Well, tomorrow I'm hoping to get a couple of my doctor friends for kind of like a mental health checkup tomorrow for my show, but we'll see what happens. Like,
Are you still gonna do the car hobby thing?
I definitely want to do that for a later show. I have a couple people in mind. I have to track them down and do it when they are free.
Yep, and I will be preparing for. I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm a nationally ranked air guitarist. I'm top 10 in the nation, top 30 in the world. The Hennessy Williams Experience. The national championships are May. Actually, we don't have the national championships yet. We have the regionals.
Okay.
So all of the regionals will be online. So if
Okay.
you ever wanted to take 60 seconds of air and opportunity and pick your favorite song and air guitar to it and put your favorite costume on, you can do that. Just go to usairguitar.com or on Facebook, and we have 4 different times you can register for. If you register for South, you're going against the Hennessy Williams Experience, just letting you know. So maybe you might want to not do that, but if you got the gumption, by all means, sign up for the South. But that's what we're doing this year. Do it. Sign up. It's an awesome show. We show it on Twitch. There's also a channel on Twitch for US Air Guitar. And that's that. That's what I'm working on. I got the perfect song. I can't wait.
So are we looking to I mean, everybody wants that number one spot. Are you at least hoping that you get into the top 5?
Oh, nationally, for sure. Because I want to go to the World Championships. And they're usually in Oulu, Finland. Obviously, they didn't have it last year.
That's like so random. Finland?
Well, Finland, that's where it started. Like, you know, they have this huge festival every summer. And they started doing the competition, and like when you watch it over there, there's thousands of people in the crowd. Like it's like going to a Rolling Stones concert in '67 that long ago. But it's amazing. So the top 20 people from around the world make it to that show.
Okay.
So we have a Thailand, we got Europe, we got Germany, like all these different countries that compete. But if the Hennessy Williams Experience makes it, he's gonna be the world champ, baby. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, man, you got to get the belt made and everything.
There is a belt. That's what we give out. If you win the US Air Guitar Championship belt, and you carry that all year long.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The current champion is named the Marquis.
Okay, you know what? We need to get you and an entourage together.
Man, anytime you ever want to do that, I mean, we're doing the Hanging with Wed show. Hal, Garrett, and I, we met and we connected through air guitar. I do air guitar shows at Comic Cons. I walk around and get people to do this, and you'll be so surprised how many people do it.
All of us wearing purple and black. You know,
yeah, you'd be part of the Professional Orlando Air Guitar Collab, which is trademarked, by the way. But it's fun though, because if you've ever wanted to be a rock star, we all sing in our shower. At least some people do. Most people do. We've all wanted to maybe walk down the lane and be a wrestler or something. It gives you the opportunity. Yeah. And we're making videos, so if you mess it up, guess what you get to do? You get to try again until you send it in. It's not one shot like it is on stage. So.
I think that's a future episode. We're gonna do an air guitar episode.
Well, please do. Look it up online. Look it up. Go on YouTube. Go on my page. You'll see the Hennessy Williams. You'll see Black Jimmy Woods. You'll see Lilith Fair. These characters of mine. Ellen DeGeneres. You'll see them all.
I'm just curious. Is there any air guitarists up in Canada that you're aware of?
The champion is the champion's name is Dinosaurus Rex. Dinosaurus Rex. As a matter of fact, let me tell you a true fact about her. She played Miss Elizabeth in The Dark Side of the Ring. So the woman who won the Canada Air Guitar Show, who was the national champ, played Miss Elizabeth in The Dark Side of the Ring. I'm
looking her up.
That's a great documentary series.
Oh, it's amazing.
You like wrestling?
It's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Last year we had one of our judges for the Nationals was from Glow, not the show Glow, the actual Hollywood from Glow, the actual real Hollywood, and she still looked like she did back then. She still looks amazing. So it's amazing. It's one of the best things I've ever done. I make more money doing that than I've ever done in comedy. So whatever.
That's cool.
That sounds awesome. Like I'm willing to learn more about this. Like
just look it up. You look up air guitar. Just put it up on. Put it in YouTube. Go on usairguitar.com for you Canada Air Guitar. It's there. There's plenty of places.
Because I can't. I'm not the only one here that has done the air guitar thing to any Queen song.
It's not as easy as you think. It's not as easy as you think. You know, it's like you do need to play the part. Like you really do need to play the air guitar part. Because when you start going against the champs, you're like, oh snap! Like these dudes are like they're doing backflips, and I got Carl Lewis up here. Like, what?
Is there a video of you on YouTube right now that we could pull up?
Oh, let me find it. Let me give me a second.
Okay.
My stuff's all over the place. I moved my. You got a Hennessy Williams experience. I've done. Let me find it. Yeah, because
I like the logo for the show. That's really cool.
If you can't, the Hennessy Williams. Come on. Yeah, somebody else usually films it, and then maybe I should go to the Professional Orlando Air Guitar page. Let's try that one.
Well, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to run a quick ad.
I'm David Thompson.
I'm Thomas Carter Rochester, and we're the hosts of Lights, Thunder, Action.
Join us weekly as we discuss the latest news in comic book movies and the film industry at large.
As well as the Trilogy of Trilogies, where we review trilogies you vote for us to talk about in the Tournament of Trilogies.
We go live on our Lights, Thunder, Action Show Facebook page and the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel every weekend.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts to stay up to date with the Lights, Thunder, Action Show.
I got you. I'm sending you a link right now.
Okay.
I think. Hold on. What was?
Let's see here.
All right, I'm sending you the link in your Facebook.
Oh, all right. Here, and here, Willow. I'll send it to you here.
All right, so that's the I guess if you actually show it, the backstory of that is how do I say this without it being racist? Give me a second. So we have a guy who plays Jimmy Woods, who's a play off the character in Hoosiers. And I just decided to be Black Jimmy Woods. And we did a little Space Jam kind of parody with it.
Okay.
So when you watch that, you'll be like, oh, wow. So I don't know if you can pull it up, but wow, yeah. That one got me into the finals that year. So I've been up there, boy. Like I never had a bad run at it, boy.
Oops. No. Stop. All right, hold on.
Did he just re-injure his knee?
Oh my God.
Man, a little too much mustard on that pass.
Not the best song in the world.
That's awesome.
Obviously, I got a good
Great.
score on that one. So, I mean, yeah, that's one of like who knows how many I've done now.
I feel like I need to challenge you.
Oh wow! Okay,
I think I'm gonna have to bring out Jim and
do it, please do.
Yeah.
Please. I don't know what the rules are for you though, because you might have to just do Canada. I don't know if Canada's doing it, so I will get to you.
Okay.
And we will figure that out, because if you want to air guitar, where there's a will, there's definitely a way, baby.
Jim and the holograms will have to come out and play.
Oh, man.
I need to find my ladies now.
That's what it's for. You'll love it. I know you'll love it.
Well, we'll definitely have to do that sometime.
Definitely.
Man, Jam and the Holograms versus the Hennessy Williams Experience.
Wow.
Williams Experience. That's right.
Only here on Reels and Heels.
That's right. Well, I do want to thank Hennessy for joining us. And where can people find you on social media?
At Mr. Honeywells on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. At Mr. Honeywells. If you play video games, it's _Mr. Honeywells, and you'll find me. And you can see the multifaceted individual that I am. Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, it's a joy always having you. You always bring light to the party. So, Willow, where can people find you?
All over social media. I am the social media socialite. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube.
Back of the cereal box?
Yeah, it's. I'm actually thinking about putting my show on Patreon. So I'm thinking it's time.
Oh yeah, that reminded me. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about my own show, the Country and Honey Show here on HWWS. Like, I have another show. I forgot. So yeah, you can catch that show tonight. We'll be live tonight. We should be live tonight.
Oh, good.
8 or 9.
Yeah. And of course, you can find us here on the Reels and Heels Facebook page and the HWS Web TV YouTube channel. And what about you? What about on Instagram? You want people to follow you on Instagram? Are you boring on there?
Stay off of it. Stay off our Instagram, y'all.
No, I posted pictures of my hair today, which I put up and bothered me. But so this is the real hair.
Woo!
Yeah, you got it all covered.
Easy, breezy, beautiful cover.
So, well, okay, it's not the real color, but it's actually like what my hair does after you wash it and comb it.
Yeah.
So you can see why I put it back. We're bringing back the 80s.
It looks good.
Minus the whatever that is.
The soul glow.
Her flip. But I mean, like, is it very humid right now down in Florida?
Oh, come on.
Or has it not got there yet?
Actually, they were saying that it was below average as far as humidity this morning, because it was like, I think the dew point was 66, which is pretty good. But I don't know what it's like out there now.
I just don't go outside.
So.
My kids always want to go outside. I'm like, man, it's too hot. I'm not going out there yet.
Usually I can't get the kids to go outside. I'm like, will you go outside and play? So I gotta like enjoy the time when they're like, let's go outside. I'm like, okay, cool, go outside.
Oh man.
And the yard has been mowed. So that
helps.
Oh, man.
Well, keep in mind though, like I've broken 2 mowers. So I've broken 2 mowers.
Yeah.
The electric one and secondhand gas. So with our stimulus money, I bought a new mower and it is beautiful.
Gotta get the landscaping company. Just throw them. This sounds bad, but just throw them a case of beer while you see them outside. They'll cut it real quick. They'll cut it. I'll sure do.
Oh my God. Well, until next week, it's time to ring the bell. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Surprise! Like what?